All right, we've learned a bunch of rules. Let's just see how they all kind of fit together in like these longer problems. How do I handle these? Let's take a look. Okay, here, look, I have this piece here. Now what happens here? Oh, this is a situation where I multiply exponents, right? This is x to the 4th, so that's 4 x's 2 times. So this becomes x to the 8th times x to the 5th. Now I don't even need that dot, right? I could write it without. And then what is this? Oh, well that's x times x times x 8 times, and then x times x 5 more times. So this is a total of x to the 13th. Okay, so notice I had to use 2 rules here, right? I first multiplied these exponents because there's parentheses, and then I added these, right? These are no parentheses. Okay, same deal here, only longer, right? So look, this 2 only applies to these 2. So this becomes x squared y to the 4th, right? Now look, you could take this whole chunk and you could write it all out. If you're like, wait, brain fart, I don't know what's going on, you could just you could write this out. This is x, y, 2 times. You could write it out. Look, and then you could write this part out. This is 3 times x times x times x times y, 3 times. Now look, this kind of sucks to write this all out, huh? But this is this. That's that the long way. So you can always fall back on that. And then I could just literally do this, 3 times 3 times 3, and I could just count up all the x's. But look, let's do the short way for a second. So look, I just did this. I simplified this part. Now let's do this. So this 3 is applying to each of these pieces. So that's 3 to the 3rd power. That's 3 times 3 times 3. That's 27. This is x to the 3rd power to the 3rd power. So that's 3 x's 3 times. That's 9 x's. And this is y 3 times. Now, notice there's no parentheses here. Now I'm just going to combine, right? This is 9 x's being multiplied and 2 more x's being multiplied. I'm going to put the number in front. Okay, the number goes in front. Then there's a total of 11 x's, right? 2 plus 9. And how many y's? 4 plus 3. That's 7. Look, I could have done it this way. I could have written it out the long way and done 3 times 3 times 3, that's 27. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 y's. So I can totally always write it out, but the shortcuts help us not. Let's talk about this for a sec. What does this mean? Let's write this one out just so we can see. Why is this tricky? This looks so short. Negative times negative is positive. So negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Times negative 2 is negative 8. Okay, and then this is w to the 3rd power. Just careful with your negatives. Now look, let's say this had been this to the 4th power. Then what? Well, then that would have been negative 2 times negative 2, that's positive 4, times negative 2, that's negative 8, times negative 2, that would have been positive 16. Okay, that would have been this. So just be mindful, right? If I multiply a negative times a negative, I get a positive. But if I multiply by a negative again, then I get a negative. So the real trick is if this number is odd, right? And I'm multiplying a negative, it's going to end up being negative. But a negative times a negative is a positive, so just be mindful of that. Okay, what do I do here? Look, I'm going to simplify what's inside the parentheses first. So look, I'm going to bring down the parentheses, I'm going to bring down this squared. This can be simplified. Why? Because remember, that negative exponent is not simplest form. So I'm going to bring that down to the bottom. Then I'm going to take it to the 2nd power. Okay, so now this becomes 5 to the 2nd power. That's 25. This is 3a's 2 times, 5b's 2 times, and this is my answer.